As you all know, that the verification process is still on. So I don't know whether this video is going to be monetized or not, but yeah, as I said, I just wanted to do this video and I wanted to give my thoughts on how's Rashford, you know, the news that's coming from his camp at this point of time. So let's see. And we will also be talking about, the Real Madrid game. I will be keeping a stream for a Real Madrid game tomorrow, so keep an eye on that as well. As United fans at this point of time, the way we are playing, you know, the only entertainment we will get is like seeing others, you know, getting happiness from others losing. So, as I said, my stream usually starts very, very slowly, and hopefully it picks up and others can join as well. It's Tuesday night, so we will see how things go. At this point of time, I just want to share my thoughts and take your thoughts on whether to keep Rashford with the club or not. Hello Marlene, hello Neil. Whenever United loses a game, we are always in that sort of a zone where we are going to talk about, who's staying, who's leaving, and all that stuff. But I'm a bit surprised. I'm a bit surprised with the news that's coming from Rashford. Rashford's point of view. So that surprises me a bit. Hello Emmett. Hello John. Welcome to the stream. So good to see, as I always say that familiar faces, when they show up on the stream, it gives you a lot of happiness. When new faces come in, obviously it's like a cherry on the top. So I just want this channel to keep growing, and it won't be happening if not for you. So we will be talking about first the news that's coming from Rashford's point of view, and obviously the statement that Rio has made. So we will be talking both the things, how the news is coming and how Rio Ferdinand has reacted to it on his channel. He has gone in length. He has gone in length and talked about how he feels about this situation at this point of time, and he is saying that he's just hoping, he's just hoping that all the news that's coming in is not from Rashford's camp and it's just made up. So let's see how that goes. Hello Nishwa, welcome to the stream guys. If you are here for the first time, second time, for the nth time, like the stream, share the stream, and make sure that you are bringing in all your United fans, all the friends you have who supports United out here. So hello Sanjay bhai, good evening. And as I said guys, I will be putting up a stream very very shortly for tomorrow night's game, PSG versus Real Madrid. Yes, I will be streaming that game, and it will be, for a change, it will be a bit different. I can watch the game without stress. I can make my own points. I can make comments. I can be my usual self. When United plays, half of the times I'm like, oh God, not again. So that feeling will be gone. So guys, I have, the first question which comes to anyone's mind after reading the reports. If you are not aware of the reports, I will just state it for you that Rashford wants assurances over his game time. So what are your views regarding that? Feel free to share in the comment section. And do you want us to keep Rashford, or do you want us to sell, Rashford? So because he still has a contract with us which runs till 2023, and then we have an option of making it till 2024. So we have a lot of time. So nothing is going to be very very fast in this saga. But why is it even a saga? That's the first question that comes into my mind, that why is it even a saga? So we will talk about all the aspects, as I said. And he says nobody deserves any guarantees or assurances in a football club. It's that simple. Absolutely. When you talk about United, when you talk about playing for United, you just have to come out, play your best game week in week out. You cannot demand things, especially when you are in such a poor form, in such a bad form. You have not done anything throughout the season. I absolutely love Rashford. The way he has played, the way he has played in the past. I absolutely adore him. I absolutely love him. But when the situation got a bit tough for him, if big if if the news is true that he wants to leave, then I just don't know what to say on this. I will be very, very frustrated. Just like, Rio said that he will be embarrassed. Rio said he will be very, very embarrassed if this news is true. So, and he says everything depends on performance at the end of the day. Absolutely. Hello, Ajay bhai, welcome to the stream. Sanjay bhai says Rashford too overrated. I won't say overrated. Obviously, he comes from the academy, so obviously our hopes are pinned on him, and he has not costed us a penny. So obviously, a bit of soft corner we have for him, but overrated I think is a bit overstatement. Sanjay bhai, since this is we should not sell Russia. I personally feel that we should not sell him. He's just 24, having going through a very bad season, but if he is really looking to make a move, if he is not happy out here, then obviously if someone is not willing to play for you, just let that person go. Simple as that. Ishika says Rashford has been very poor for over a year now, so him not getting enough game time is justified. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying, that it's very, very justified that he is not getting the game time. But yeah, you cannot demand it. That I want assurances even after not performing for almost a year. So, and this is actually going through a tough time, should support him and making strong. Anyway, no one is bashing Rashford. We want him to perform. We want him to be at peak of his powers. At this point of time, if he's not, willing to stay, then what choices do we have? Himit is asking squad overhaul again. Unfortunately, but yes, I don't see any other way we can challenge the likes of City, Liverpool, Chelsea if we are not overhauling the squad. There are too many average players playing for United at this point of time. So this is, I think, after his injury, he has stopped being old Rashford. That's on him to, bring on his A game back. It's not going to be done by us, Divai. That's what I'm saying. So Rashford has the caliber and potential to be like Mbappe, but here comes the mentality. You can say so. You can say so, Sanjay bhai, that talent-wise he's out there. He just need to get his head straight at this point of time. Even Ferdinand said Rashford is not looking like himself. And that's a big thing. He's not looking happy. He's not looking the old Rashford where he used to run at people, drive at people. So this is something that's making me worried, very, very worried. Hemant is saying just until Pep and Klopp are gone, there are they okay? Are there United don't have chance to win EPL? I kind of agree because at this point of time, whoever comes in next, he is going to take at least a year or two before we can challenge. So yeah, I totally agree with you, Hemant. And he says we are caught in a never-ending cycle. Squad overhaul, manager changes, then new manager. Squad overhaul. That's how it is. And that's the accumulation of all the bad decisions that we have made throughout the years. After Sir Alex left, and still now almost a decade, that's the accumulation of all the disastrous decisions that we have taken. Not giving managers enough time, not giving them the players they want at the right time. We are suffering. It's very, very difficult to say, but it's true, and we are almost 5 to 7 years behind those two clubs. That's the harsh reality at this point of time. Shindy said we should remove Fred, McTominay, Maguire, Shaw, AVB at this point of time. We can. I don't think, Shindibai, that we can get rid of all those players at one point of time. It's going to be very difficult. Hello Nujbhai, welcome to the stream. Sanjay bhai is asking, will Erik Ten Hag come? It totally depends on whether we are going to back him or just make him a puppet. Erik Ten Hag is going to need assurances over signings, over transfers. So there are huge possibility that he is going to be our next manager, but it's not going to be easy. Exactly. Erik Ten Hag is going to demand from the owners, obviously. That's why there is, a lot of news of Pochettino arriving. So if Pochettino comes in, as a manager, he is not bad. But whether he is what we need at this point of time, where we need a very quick squad overhaul, and if he's not giving us that, I think, there's no point of bringing him, Pochettino out here. So Anuj bhai saying no way, don't sell Rashford. Absolutely, Anuj bhai, that's why, when I talk about certain players out here, when we criticize someone, we don't hate him. We want him to get better because we know he can do a lot of things. At this point of time, he's not able to do, but it's not like he cannot do it at all. That's what I'm talking about. Hello Shanbhai, welcome to the stream. Himit says McTominay should stay, quality players used properly. McTominay will stay. McTominay is not going anywhere in my opinion, Himit. And the fact is, McTominay can be a good squad player. I don't rate him as a starter week in, week out. But at this point of time, I just want him to, get better. If he is a good squad player, great. If he can improve himself and make him a sure shot starter, well and good. We have talked a lot about how the owners have spent money. Yes, they have. They have taken a lot out of the club, but they have spent as well. But it's like throwing away money. It's throwing away money because you don't have a proper structure. You don't have a proper structure. You don't back the manager when it's needed the most, and then you try to cover up by making all sort of signings, and it might not gel together. That's what's happening. With United, the biggest concern is, why do we not, before this season, when Muta came in, before that, we didn't have a DOF. A banker was looking after all our transfer signings. And that shows how poor we are, in terms of managing a club. When we look at City, and I was doing an article on City today, and it was like, how they managed everything from the scratch. They planned for years ahead. United are still looking to, make it to the Champions League. They are more than happy to just make few signings and get into the Champions League. That's their dream at this point of time. That's their goal, you can say. Whereas City are already looking 5 years, 10 years ahead of this. When we have certain players, there is always mourning from in and around the club. Always mourning from in and around the club that this player is not happy, that player is not happy. You look at City, I am not going to compare with City at every junction, but you should learn. We as a club should learn how they have built their entire squad. We barely even hear that there is, someone who wants to leave. Someone wants to leave, all right. They just go out of the club. No one is persuading. If their mind is made up, they are gone. Torres is gone. Garcia has left on a free. So if someone is not willing to stay, they are letting them go. But the leaks is not there, and they are making sure that the players who are out here, they are always ready to perform. Obviously, they rotate the squad in a very well manner. So coming back to the topic, I don't want Rashford to be sold, but looking at the way he's performing right now, he's not entitled to start a game. He is not entitled to go out and ask the manager that I want assurances over the game time. Obviously, any decision about his future will be taken by the upcoming manager. But as we have talked about before, we might be talking about that in future. At this point of time, he is not, ready to demand things. He is a good player. He has done a lot for this club, but in the last 6-8 months, he has not done enough to just come out and say, I want to be the starter of this club. It's not going to happen. Perform on the pitch, then you can demand. Not before that, by any stretch of imagination. And she's saying Harry Maguire is testament to our both incompetence. Money is available to spend, but being spent wrongly. Exactly, Anishka, exactly. When it comes to Harry Maguire, you know, we have seen that at that point of time we are looking at Ruben Diaz as well. We were also looking at Koulibaly, but yeah, Koulibaly was a totally different case because with Koulibaly it was all about, Laurinaitis not going down to anything below 100 million. So Koulibaly was even more expensive at that point of time. Since this is, I really don't want Rashford to be the next well back. No one wants that to be happening. No one wants that, to be honest. But we cannot just be blind. We cannot just be blind. At this point of time, we have to make sure that we make Rashford, Rashford realize how important he is for this team. You cannot just go out and so you are so good and you have done this in the past. Just make him realize what he has to bring on the table to this team. Because we will be seeing at least 5 or 6 players leaving in the summer. That's for sure. How we are going to replace them, whether we are going to go with our academy talents, whether we are going to, you know, go a different path and go out and spend money. There are a lot of things. At this point of time, on behalf of every United fan, I would like to say that obviously, you know, just that Rashford, we want Rashford to get back to his old self, where he was absolutely running crazy over the defenses, and his decision making. That's got to improve if we have to get him back to his best, and that totally depends on Rashford. If he's not making good decisions on the pitch, he is responsible for it, no one else. See, we still could have one CDM for 5 or 8 million. We didn't even try. Yes, Niti, but that what baffles me. That what baffles a lot of United fans. That all right, it's one thing that we are looking in the future, that we want the next manager to come in and then he will be taking control. At the same time, if we are not in the Champions League, and most probably like 75%, I feel that we are not going to be in the Champions League. We need a miracle. It might happen, but at this point of time, I'm not sure. So we should have looked at the next 6 months rather than looking at after those 6 months, because if you are not getting Champions League football, you are not going to achieve your targets which you have in mind. So Shiren says right now the only thing Ralph can do is change the captain. It makes no sense, to be honest, Shiren. To be honest, it makes no sense to change the captain for the last 10 games. Just drop him. Captaincy straight away goes to Bruno anyway. It's not like he is failing as a captain, he's failing as a player. So you can just drop him on the bench and just make sure that whoever is the captain, obviously Bruno will take the captaincy. So just go along with it. Ashish says the problem with Rashford, he is lacking confidence and not taking on defenders. Exactly, Ashish, exactly. The Rashford we know, the Rashford all United fans love to see, is that person who likes to run, who likes to take on defenses. He likes to make those runs behind the defenders all the time, looking for the ball. That's not happening, and that's because of the lack of confidence. Yes, Shanbhai, definitely. We need that player. Absolutely, Shnitibai, that's the dream. So guys, as I said, this was the topic I wanted to share my views about. And to be honest, there is nothing much to talk in this. It's like whether we want him or not. Obviously, as United fans, most of us want him. We might see many people, they might say that he should go, we should get the money, we should invest in the squad. That's fine on their behalf as well. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But yeah, as United fans, we just want to see him back. We have said that a lot in the past for a lot of players, that we want that player to be performing at his best, which is not happening, and that's very, very sad to see. So guys, as I said, I wanted to talk about this topic. It happened yesterday and I was not able to come live, So I am doing this today. And as I said, guys, if you are here, if you are listening to me, and if you have kept your notifications on, so there is definitely going to be a watch along for the Madrid game tomorrow night. And for a change, I wanted to change the scenery on the channel for a while in terms of covering some other games as well. So I will be covering the Madrid versus PSG Champions League game. I am hoping that it's going to be a great game. So let's see how that goes. Sharon says Rashford will be back. Still a faith in him. The season has been a bad one for him, but in my opinion, he will turn it around. Sharon, I think every United fan is thinking on the same wavelength. That it's been a season where everyone has struggled. Everyone from our defenders to our midfielders to our attackers, everyone has struggled. Hopefully, in the next after few months, everyone gets back to what they know they can do. Get back to the level of football they can play. So we are keeping our fingers crossed, and hopefully that happens. And guys, as I said, I will keep it short. So this was something that I wanted to talk with you. And thanks a lot for joining. And as I said, we will be seeing each other very very soon, in like what, 24-26 hours, because I will be getting along with the watch along for the Madrid game. And as I always say, guys, that if you have to interact with me, don't hesitate to put up your comment. I also put my handles, my Twitter handles, as well as my Insta handle, so that if any point of time you want to have a conversation regarding United, even regarding other football clubs, because I am pursuing a career in writing, so I have to keep an eye on a lot of things. So whenever you want to talk about football, feel free to talk. And with this, I will end the stream, guys. Thanks a lot for joining, and we will see each other tomorrow night for sure. Alright, before I go, there is one last message I would like to take. Shinitibai says, we have been waiting for United at top 4. Alright, we have been United for, patience, patience. United fans have shown a lot of patience in the past. Now it's on the players to deliver. We will be fans. It's not like few more bad seasons and we might go after a totally different club. It's not going to happen. We all know that. कि हारने पे दूसरी टीम सपोर्ट नहीं करने लग जाएंगे कि आज यूनाइटेड है, कल सिटी हो गया, या फिर परसों चेल्सी हो गया. So we are going to go along with United. We just want them to take wise decisions in terms of managerial appointment, in terms of signing, and get back to where we belong. So with this, good night, guys. We will see each other tomorrow for sure. As I said, the watch along will be happening, and feel free to interact with me any point of time. So good night, guys, and stay safe.